In this video, we're going to be looking at how to do a 2-color braided long tail cast on, which is the cast on method I have used in my pattern Elupuu, which is a really nice beanie toque hat pattern that uses this cast on and the really addictive technique roosimine, which I cover in a couple of other videos. This 2-color long tail cast on creates the look of a braid, kind of a herringbone chevron shape, using a very basic slingshot long tail cast on, but alternating colors, managing our yarn to make a super simple braid. Adds a nice touch to the edge of this hat, looks great in a nice round yarn that I've used here, or if you want a little bit of fluff, also works quite nice as well on this fluffy Elupuu hat. So let's get started knitting this lovely cast on braid. So now we're going to get started doing our 2-color long tail braided cast on. So what I'm going to do is measure out the amount of tail I need for each color I'm going to use. And I'm going to cast on about 80 stitches to fill my circular needle here. So what I'm going to do is take one color to start off with first, and I'm going to measure out my tail for the long tail cast on. Now, as I'm going to cast on 80 stitches, half of my stitches are going to be this color green, and the other half will be this dark color pink. So I'm just going to measure out tail that I need to make 40 green stitches. So this is a little trick that I do to measure out my tail. So I'm just going to wrap around my needle, just kind of wrap around the number of times divisible by the total stitches I need. So I need to cast on 40 stitches in the green. So I like to use like the number 10. So I'm going to wrap this around 10 times. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now I'm going to pinch that and I'm going to slide it off the needle. So this length of yarn here is about 10 stitches worth of tail. I'm just going to use that as a guide to measure out 40 stitches worth. Nice little trick to use on any project. And once I have about 40 stitches worth, I'm going to leave myself a bit extra, always good for weaving in. And with this cast on, I'm then going to make a slip knot with the color that I've just measured out. And I'm going to slide that onto my needle. So the green is ready to go. So I'm going to just grab my other color and I'm again going to measure out the amount of tail I need. I'm just going to ignore that slip knot for right now and do the same thing. So I'm going to wrap this around about 10 times. And use that as a guide. So that's about 10 stitches worth of the dark pink. And I'm going to measure out again 40 stitches worth, since if I'm casting on 80, 40 of those stitches are going to be in this color. So I always leave myself a little bit extra. So that point is about 40. So I'm going to leave myself a bit extra so I have to weave in. And I'm going to make another slip knot. Grab that there. So another slip knot, and I'm going to slide that onto the needle and tighten that up next to my other color. So now that I have those 2 slip knots on my needle, they will count as the first 2 stitches. I'm going to start doing my slingshot long tail cast on, alternating colors as I go all the way around. So as I have it going green pink, my next stitch is going to be green. So I'm going to grab that green strand. What I'm going to do first is just split these strands. So you can see, so I'll have a strand kind of going to one side of the needle, which will be attached to the ball, and the other side is your tail. So here we'll split that so you can see those 2 strands. What I'm going to do is go between the strands and I'm going to pick up that green yarn. So the color I want to work with is usually the furthest away. I'm going to tilt this up so you can see. I'm going to pull it to the front towards that needle tip in my right hand needle. between those two strands of pink. So I'm going to be holding the needle I'm casting on my stitches in my right hand, and I'm going to be working the slingshot with the yarn wrapped around my left. So I'm splitting the yarn like so. I'm holding the rest of the one color I'm working with my left hand. So it's wrapping around my index finger and thumb. So when I pull it kind of upwards like this, I'm going to go through what is this loop on my thumb and come up to the index finger, grab a strand, pull it through, and then I'm going to drop the loop on my thumb like so. And then you can tighten. So a regular kind of slingshot long tail cast on. So now you see I've got green, pink, green. So I'm going to grab that pink yarn, just split my strands here a little bit. So I'm going to go between my two green strands, here are my two green, here, I go between those with my index and thumb and grab the two pink strands, going through those strands of green, put them on my index finger and thumb, and I'm going to go in through that loop on my thumb, grab the strand wrapped around my index finger, pull through, so there's that stitch, let go and tighten. And I'm just going to keep doing that all the way around until I get the total number of stitches I need. So I'm always making sure to grab the next color I want to use for this right, going through the two strands of the color I just cast on with. So my green's coming between the middle of my dark pink. Put that on my fingers and cast on long tail slingshot style and go. So I'm just going to repeat that a few times and we'll have a look at what's happening on our right hand needle. So what you should see happening if you tilt up on your right hand needle is this really lovely herringbone braid happening. So as we've been alternating our colors, pulling those strands between the other color, we're making those lovely little V shapes. And from kind of the right side, it looks like a nice kind of twisted float. How cute is that? So I'm just going to carry on to the end of the number of stitches I need to cast on and we'll join in the round. So now that I've cast on all of my stitches, alternating my colors all the way around with that long tail cast on, if I lay it down here, you'll see kind of perfect alternating colors. So I started with the green, I ended with a dark pink stitch. And if I turn it upwards, come up here close, you'll see that beautiful herringbone chevron braid happening all the way around. And I have on one side what look like pearl bumps, and on the other side they will be kind of smooth. So one has pearl bumps, one side is smooth. So I'm going to join in the round. I want to make sure that my stitches aren't twisted. So make sure if you're laying it down on the table, kind of like this, that your pearl bumps are kind of facing to one side and the smooth on the other. And I want to make sure that smooth side is sitting to the wrong side. So when I pick it up to knit, I've got the smooth side. So you see here, I don't have any bumps and I have that nice kind of twisted kind of float look. When I knit that first round, or depending on what your pattern calls for, this kind of nice chevron herringbone braid is gonna kind of sit a little bit more towards the front. So usually when I join the round, I swap the position of my stitches. In this case, as I'm alternating colors, I'm not going to do that. So all I would do is pick up what yarn I'm going to start working with next, and I'm just going to start knitting. So as I do that, I'm going to pull those stitches tight together, and you can pull. Mainly what's important is the second stitch of the round. So the very first one, don't worry, but the second stitch, pull that tight, is going to bring that first one in. You will have your tails here that you can use to kind of help pull in tight when you are weaving those ends in, and the strands that are attached to your balls of yarn, they should be held to the back when you are carrying on working in the round, clipping them as you need for your pattern.